All right, I'm going to go over some of these problems here on page 21, 55 to 60. They say use always, sometimes, never to make a true statement. So they're just going to be talking about lines and planes, and you're going to decide always, sometimes, never to fill out each sentences. So for number 55, it says intersecting lines are coplanar. Of course, two intersecting lines means two lines that crisscross, like the two pens here. And coplanar means, are they on the same plane? Well, whenever you have two crisscrossing lines, you got to imagine this blue post-it note is a plane. These intersecting lines are always going to be on the same plane. It doesn't really matter which way you face and move these two lines. Whenever you have crisscrossing lines, they will always be on the same plane. All right. Whether it's going like this, there'd be a plane here where my hand is, or like this, my hand would be flat, my hand would be the plane. But it's always on the same plane, always coplanar. Two planes, always, sometimes, never, intersect at one point. Well, I created two planes here, the yellow post-it note and the blue post-it note. And when you have two planes that intersect, they are not going to intersect at one point. In fact, they're going to intersect at a bunch of points, and when you have a bunch of points, that's a line. So they never intersect at just one point. They intersect at an entire line. Number 57. 3 points are always, sometimes, never coplanar. So I'm going to try to show this visually here. I got 3 pens here. The tip of all 3 pens is where the points are, and what you'll find is no matter where you put these 3 points, there will always be a plane that would hit all 3 of them. You can try to move the point up. I tried to move this pink pen up. Doesn't really matter. There will always be a plane like this post-it note that will hit all 3 points. So any 3 points are always coplanar, always on the same plane. You can't hide from a plane. Number 58. A plane containing 2 points of a line, always, sometimes, never, contains the entire line. And this is going to be always. This yellow post-it note is a plane, goes on forever. If you contain 2 of the points, then you will contain all of the points. All of these points that I'm just drawing right now are on this yellow plane. So it's always. Number 59. 4 points are always, sometimes, never coplanar. Now this one is sometimes. Sometimes you can have 4 points on the same plane, and sometimes, like here's a blue plane here that has 3 points on it, M, N, and Q. And then here's another point here where my green pen is pointing, and this point here is in the 3-dimensional world is not on this blue post-it note. So not all 4 points are coplanar. However, if I just add another point here, you can have 4 points that are on the same blue post-it note. So that's why it's sometimes. And finally, number 60 here, 2 lines always, sometimes, never meet at one point. If 2 lines are meeting, in more than one point, lines go on forever, they will only meet once. Okay, so they will never meet more than once. They will never meet more than once. Now some of you are going to go, well, can't I just hit once and then curve back around like this? Well, in the geometry world, this is not considered a line. Okay, so in the technical definition, that's not going to be considered a line. So once they hit once, they just go on and never hit again.